Recently, I had to drive over an hour away to a town to get my driver's license renewed. There are no state offices or much of anything in my county. I'm very rural. And I decided I was really in a rush going there, but I had more time coming back, and I decided to take you along for the ride. One issue I have, though, is I don't have anything to hold the camera to record through the windshield. And so the camera kept falling over, and I got some unbelievably gorgeous views of the sun in the blue sky. So I kept having to prop it up. I did stop at the Llano State Park, Llano River. I've been to that park many times. It's beautiful. And I also snowman. This is Texas, so we don't make snowman out of snow usually. And so I wanted to share a picture of that. But every time I stopped, I would position the camera again, and unfortunately, it kept falling over. I finally did succeed, but it took many attempts. And so while I didn't get the views of the curviness and just the gorgeous nature of this road, there are some absolutely beautiful roads in this part of Texas, the Texas Hill Country. I tried my best, and sometimes the road was straight and I could try to drive and position the camera and it would record for a while and then it would fall again. Other times it fell right at the beginning, but I tried to record as much as I could for you so that you could see a little bit more of the Texas Hill Country, or at least my part of the Texas Hill Country. Now coming up is a river, and you will notice that the bridge over the river is just pipes underneath the road. It's really not an actual bridge like you're used to. And in fact, the bridge will actually, when we get a lot of rain, will be totally underwater. After a good distance, over a half an hour, I finally made it to the town of Telegraph, which I've actually went to an auction when the woman who lived there passed away 2011, I think. I went to a auction here, and I actually bought bedroom furniture. This is a historical landmark. It's really only, I mean, it's a small town, really only 2 buildings that I am aware of, but it still has the old, the gas tanks. I mean, one of them sold leaded gas. But it was also a post office and a telegraph office, and it sold food. At the auction, they were selling all the records of the telegraphs that were sent off, the postal information, freezers and refrigerators that held the food, just a ton of stuff. There's an actual little store that was there. But that was all of it went. And they even through the auction sold the property. But I'm not even sure it was 2 acres. It was not very big, so I was not interested in that property. But it's a historic landmark, and so it's always a neat little place to, stop or, look around. There is, in a house nearby, there is some people living there, but that's it. I mean, and it's an actual town, has the sign and everything, but pretty much only one resident home is there still. And then you can see, I tried popping up the camera again, or the phone, so it would look out the window, but I once again failed. But, I kept these trees in there to show you how close the trees, most of them mountain cedar, but other things too, came to the road. And this is a 2-lane country road that just curves. In fact, there's no shoulder. The very, very teeny shoulder, most of it. Some, beginning and end, they were able to put a shoulder, but they wouldn't. But most of it they couldn't. This is a scenic lookout that is along the road that I stopped at and took pictures to show you, again, just how beautiful the Texas Hill Country can be. And all these pictures, I don't know if you can tell, but there is the Llano, I believe it's still the Llano River, is down below. There is a river down below. But you can just see for huge distance. And I've always wondered, because the previous time I'd been out here, the fence was not damaged. But this time, the fence was severely damaged in this one spot. I mean, and it's a severe cliff. Right below us is a severe cliff. So that fence kept somebody alive. If they had not put that fence up, that the car would have gone over this cliff and the occupants, I'm sure, would have been killed. If I'm assuming they survived, but I don't know that. But that fence did save somebody from going over the cliff, if not their life. So it was really a beautiful. I mean, you can kind of see here just how bad the fence was broken, and just the cliff, sheer drop of the cliff. Now I'm getting ready to once again leave, position the camera, hoping it would stay up this time. Every time I kept trying something different. And it's not that much further. But by now or shortly after this, we actually start having a shoulder and the speed limit is increased because the road basically starts curving straight. Most of the curviness is behind me. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to show the real windy, curvy road. And here it's practically, I mean, this is for the hill country, this is straight. So, but you still get some beauty, some of the trees, some of the wildlife. One of the big issues on this road and many of the roads around here that are super curvy is you cannot see if deer are coming on the road. And people routinely hit deer, and it's a major issue. So in this part of Texas, you really got to drive, obey the speed limit, drive slow, and just keep your eyes out, especially if it's those hours that the deer are likely to come out. So I'm just going to let you, I think the camera stayed upright this time, that it didn't fall down. And so I'm just going to let you enjoy the scenery. And thanks for listening. There is still a bunch more of the video of me driving home for you to watch, but I'm going to stop talking now and let you just enjoy the beauty. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, do so. And thank you very much for watching. You have a wonderful day.